What could the world look like in 10 or 20 years with these positive,
Yeah, I think
technologies?
there's so much exciting stuff coming. By the way, one could argue that the Sphere in Las Vegas is a good example of almost like a
It
really
is. It,
interesting
it is.
modern
It is.
artifact, right?
It's
Yeah.
beautiful
So
to look at when you're there. It's
yeah,
amazing.
it's
It's
really cool.
fascinating.
So
Yeah.
even stuff like that, right, could be really neat if you think about how do you make that a public artwork or something else.
Let's build and inspire more people. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah,
I
no.
agree.
And then in terms of the future, I mean, obviously there's so much coming that can be incredibly positive for the world. There's sort of stuff in AI, stuff in health, stuff in education. There's a lot of different areas that we can transform society in a really positive way. I think fundamentally, we already talked about the education side and how I think AI is actually going to have huge impact there. I think from a health equity perspective, AI can be transformative there. Google released a model, I think 2 years ago, called MedPalm 2, where
Hmm.
if you compared the answers from that model relative to physician experts, it outperformed them. In other words, if you
Yeah.
use physicians to train the model will get
Yeah, the
worse.
physicians are way behind now what you can do with AI, which they don't seem to acknowledge when they do their work
Well,
though.
I think it can be very additive to physicians, right? It can be a tool for them. But also imagine if anywhere in the world, if you had a device, right? And billions of people now have smartphones or equivalents. If you could take a photo of something, upload it, add some text or speak into it, and then get out a medical answer that potentially is actionable. And it's the equivalent of, Stanford Medical Care or MD
Yeah.
Anderson or whatever.
Yeah.
That's incredibly empowering for the world, right? If anybody anywhere in the world can do that. So I think that's very exciting.